Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Meg's Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so I surprisingly have a special guest with me. I don't know why, but she's decided to join us. But today's video is something I have actually been thinking about doing for a while. And that's because recently when I've been going to the cinema or watching things, I've then been asking my friends which they prefer. And so also I put a poll out to you guys as well. So this is cinema versus streaming. So this is my thoughts on which one I prefer. Do I prefer cinema or do I prefer streaming? Now, my thing is, in life, I find pros and cons to absolutely everything. I mean, with work, with life, everything like that. So I figured I'd finally talk about it, because I've been, like I said, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I just want to get your guys' opinions as well. So leave me in the comments down below which one you prefer. Do you prefer seeing a film in cinema or on streaming? And especially with streaming services getting as popular as they are, I figured now's the perfect time to do it. So obviously I did put this poll out on my channel and 88% of you said cinema and 13% of you said streaming. So that actually quite shocked me about the 13%. I thought maybe there'd only be sort of maybe a couple that were for streaming, but a few more than what I thought. But here are my thoughts. So with streaming, we'll start with that one, we'll start with streaming. Like I said, I can find pros and cons in everything. Pros of streaming, you can watch it at home, under a blanket, you can have your own snacks, you know, you can chill at home, you can pause the film when you need to go to the toilet, or if you need to answer a call or anything like that. So that's the pros of it, is you can pause it, you can go and you can sit and lay down, you can just chill, relax, chill with your dog. Chill with the family, you know, because some people nowadays, especially with COVID, don't like to go in public as much, especially if to like a cinema or anything like that, because it is a small room. It is, well, medium-ish room, and it's a secluded area. It's not like when you're outside and there's fresh air and everything like that. But for me, the cons of streaming is that you miss out on that experience of seeing it on the big screen. Also, I feel like you shouldn't have to pause a film. Like, I think you should be able to just watch it all the way straight through, no issues, anything like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy streaming, because you get films that don't come out in the cinema. You get films like The Adam Project, Turning Red, other films like that. And now streaming services are actually putting newer films onto their streaming service, which the con to that is you have to pay for it. You have to pay £15 if it's like Amazon Prime to rent this film. This new film that you didn't get to see in the cinema because of what happened or didn't get a chance to go. So now you're paying £15 when you could have just paid £8 or £9 to see it in the cinema. So streaming, I do enjoy it. Like, there's films on there that I could watch that I haven't seen before. You know, and there's a wide variety. You've got Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. I think we're getting Paramount Plus in the UK at some point. So I enjoy streaming in the sense of, yes, you can chill at home, relax with the dog, have cuddles, get under a blanket. It's more chilled out environment. But the cinema, let's talk about that. So cinema for me, I really do feel like it's dying out, and it's a massive concern for me. Because I love the cinema experience. I love taking that walk down to the cinema and thinking, am I going to enjoy this film? Am I going to hate this film? Am I going to be in the middle of the film? You know, and it's the... Sorry, I got a bit of a sore throat as well. Uni! But it's not just that, it's also going in, buying that popcorn, buying that drink, buying the chocolate, whatever cinema snacks you have. It's then having that ticket, that evidence that you can save in your memories for years to come. And then you're going into this big screening room with surround sound, comfy seats, and you're seeing it for the first time on the big screen. And some films deserve that big screen experience. Spider-Man No Way Home, that was a major one. Could you imagine if that had just gone straight to streaming? I don't think it would have got as big a reception as it would have done. I mean, it's stuff like The Adam Project. When I watched that could have done with a cinema release. I reckon that would have done well in the cinema, but because everyone's all about the COVID, the not wanting to go out as much and stuff like that, certain films like that are being put onto streaming. So this is why I'm scared for the cinema, because streaming is taking so many films now. Netflix have their own films, Prime have their own films, Disney Plus have their own films. I mean, stuff like Fresh with Sebastian Stan and I can't remember her name. That could have done with a cinema release. I reckon that could have done really well. But then the downfalls of cinema. If you're a small town like me, you only have a small cinema, which means it's not one of those big branded ones like Cineworld or Odeon or View. Because we have the Light. Now the issue with the Light is, unless the film's very popular, it'll only be there for a certain amount of time. And then even then, when it starts to get lower on the dates, there's only like one time you can go see it. And if you're working, you can't, or if you're doing something, you miss out. So for example, X recently came out. I ended up not being able to see it because it was showing in the evenings when I was at work. And they only had one showing. I mean, Halloween Kills, I think it only showed one night and that was it. So that's the only issue with cinemas, is that you are limited on time to see it, because it depends on how popular it is as to how long it's going to stay in the cinema. And then another thing is, cinema can be pretty expensive. I mean, £8–9 for a film, you know, stuff like that. But it's also the fact of, once you've seen it in the cinema, if it's then stopped, you then have to wait ages for it to come out on digital or even physical. I mean, like Scream 5, that came out in January. It did not get a streaming thing until literally a couple of days ago. So that was like 30th of March. But then it's also coming out in physical on the 11th of April. So, like I said, I can find the pros and cons to absolutely everything. But if I was to choose, it would be the cinema. I prefer the cinema experience. I prefer going with friends or family, whoever, or even going on my own and just sitting there listening to the sound of the echoes from the film, the music blaring out, the amazing image. And then it's also the fact you get trailers as well for upcoming films. You get to see what's coming out soon. That then hypes you up for a film. Even if you've heard of it but not seen the trailer, watch the trailer and it looks amazing. You're then recommended that film. You don't get that with Prime. You don't get that with Netflix or anything like that. So it's, for me, if I had to choose, it's the cinema experience. I will resort to streaming, especially if there's certain films I want to see that is only out on streaming. Then I'll do that. Or if there's a film I haven't seen before that I've been recommended and I know it's on a streaming service, then I'll use that. But for me, the cinema experience is hands down my absolute favourite. I love walking in, getting my ticket, getting that fresh popcorn, the big box popcorn, my Coke, my Coca-Cola shall I say, getting my Coca-Cola bottle, just and then heading up those stairs, seeing the movie posters for future films, walking down that long corridor towards the screening, opening that door, seeing the massive screen, seeing the lights dim for the trailers, and then seeing the lights go completely out. I love it. It's a very immersive experience for me. So yes, for me, I prefer cinema, and I really hope it stays around, especially, like I said, Turning Red, Luca, Soul, all Disney Pixar films, which could have done well in the cinema, but they went straight to streaming. This is why I'm so concerned. I don't know if anybody else is concerned about cinema like I am, but it's just sad to see that cinema could be going. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, you want to check out future videos, then hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down below. And also leave me comments down below, like I said before, which do you prefer? Do you prefer that cinema experience or the streaming experience? Please give me your opinions down below, because I'd love to know if anyone else feels the exact same way. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!